Like it or not, dinner time is no longer a ritual in the modern American home. Take the Berg family.
Okay, why don't you take your leotard off? Put your sash on. Come here and come down for dinner.
Like 1/4 of American families, the Bergs are too busy to break bread together every night. Mom and Dad both work, and their 6- and 9-year-olds have hectic schedules too.
Monday is probably the most hectic day of the week. She goes right from school to gymnastics. That's from 3:30 to 6. And she's supposed to be at Girl Scouts at 6:15. So she comes in the door, and I rush her upstairs to change her clothes, try to have dinner ready for her when she gets home, and then she eats as quickly as she can. I take her in the car and take her to Girl Scouts.
Then back home to feed Ryan and get homework started. When Larry Berg walks in from his 45-minute commute, his wife attempts to eat with him. In between, more homework, phone calls, and cold food. It all seems typically modern, typically hectic, but psychologist David Elkin says the trend is unsettling.
They shifted away from the togetherness as the major value to one of autonomy, and where each individual's life trajectory is most important. So that now the soccer practice, a business meeting, or something else may take precedence over the family meal, and I think that kids lose.
Elkin says the emphasis on providing activities for children takes away from a vital need for quiet refuge of family life.
They love regularity. They love something that's what that they can count on in a very fast-changing world such as ours. There are not a lot of things kids can count on.
But modern moms and dads everywhere struggle to strike a balance, and conversation between parents and kids, says experts, is what counts more, even if dinner time happens sporadically.
How far will you guys been?
Pretty far.
Dinner time doesn't just offer emotional benefits, it also offers intellectual benefits. That according to Harvard researchers who spent 8 years recording the conversations of 80 families. They concluded that for young children, good mealtime talk is the single best predictor of how well a child learns to read, more so than being read to.
I was really struck by how sensitive the children's vocabularies were to rather minor differences across the families in how many sophisticated words they used during the dinner table conversation.
But before you scramble to resurrect your dying family dinner, you may be excused.
What families that don't have dinner together need to do is think about where else those conversations might happen.
I think what's critical is not so much the quality time. We get sort of hung up on quality time. It's not that. I think what really kids need to feel is that they're important in their parents' lives.
For Allen and Bacon, I'm John Vincent reporting.
Ann-Margaret Lambo is a freelance writer and publicist who works from her basement office with her 2-year-old daughter nearby. The setup has one big advantage.
I'm with my daughter every moment of the day. We have lunch together, we get to interact. I get to see her and her milestones. There's really has not been anything that I have missed.
But working at home with kids is not for everyone.
What are we going to do this afternoon? We need to write, huh? It's a double-edged sword because a lot of times you're torn. You know that the laundry needs done. You know that you need to cook. You know that this 2-year-old requires your attention, but really all you need to do is finish this article.
Not easy, but not impossible, says the local author of this book.
It's not pretty, and there's a lot I'd like to do with it.
A lot of good space opportunities here, though.
Lorianne Hoff-Oberlin researched her book from home with her kids. She gives Ann-Margaret a B+ for her workspace.
I love the part where she's got the little toddler station for her daughter right next to her desk, because that's one of my tips in the book, is have a workstation for your child.
And Ann-Margaret gets an A for attitude.
You have to accept sometimes a little less than perfection in your house.
You have to have flexibility. You have to be able to work in small chunks of time.
Sometimes it's 3 a.m., sometimes it's 6 a.m.
I'm watching Charlie Brown.
But being a stay-at-home mom with a full-time job is the best of both worlds.
And plus, I think to myself about the example that I'm setting to her every day.
For Allen and Bacon, I'm Cindy Roselle reporting.